Hello everyone, back tuning in today's second video, the weekend forecast. For today's second video, this is going to be one of the most interesting weekend forecasts that we've ever done at Gaz because we're going to see easterly winds bringing bitterly cold air across the country from Siberia. We've been flagging it up for a long time now. We're just 48 hours away from the start of this very cold and wintry weather. So, bitterly cold easterly winds, which means we'll have severe night frost. We'll have daytime temperatures by the middle of the week, potentially staying below freezing all day, and there will be a lot of snow around as well. Not everyone will get snow because, as ever, a lot of this is going to be snow showers, so as ever with that, some places will miss out, but I think there will be quite a lot of snow around, bringing disruption to some parts of the country. So it's going to be a case of watching both your national and local weather forecasts and keeping a check on the severe weather warnings from the UK Met Office in the days ahead. I will leave a link to the severe weather warnings page in the description box to YouTube. The link is here on the homepage at Gaz as well. We don't issue severe weather warnings at Gaz. We aren't qualified to do that. The place to go for severe weather warnings if you're worried about your safety or travelling is always and will always be the UK Met Office. You may recently have heard that the BBC have shifted to a new provider for their data, no longer using UK Met Office, but they will still continue to use UK Met Office severe weather warnings. They will always be, UK Met Office will always be the place to go for severe weather warnings and public advisories. And I think a lot of you will have to do that in the week ahead. So, just say today's first video was the spring season model roundup, the third final spring season model roundup. That's ahead of tomorrow when we're going to issue the spring forecast tomorrow morning. So, that's today's first video. It's here on the homepage if you want to have a look at that. Looks at around 13 long-range season models, see what we're all showing for the spring. And later on today, we're going to do Snow Watch. We're going to do our first Snow Watch for this particular spell of cold weather. We will touch on the chances of snow, of course, in weekend forecast, but we're going to have a more detailed look at it tonight with Snow Watch. Tomorrow, as well as the spring forecast, is going to be a live event with myself and Quantum. We're going to go live and talk about the chance of significant disruptive snow next week and really severely cold temperatures. It will be interactive. Video we're here at Gaz, but I'll also place it on our Twitter and Facebook pages, so it'll be fully interactive. You'll be able to post your questions. Probably won't be able to answer everybody's questions because I assume there'll be a lot of interest in this one, but we'll answer as many as we can. This is going to be an extended weekend forecast because there's a lot to talk about, and I think without anything else to say about, I better get on. We're going to set the scene by starting with a few pictures that have been sent through from Europe. So this was sent earlier in the week from Oseg in Hungary. Quite deep snow cover there. I think that was back towards the earlier part of the week. Both those pictures coming from Oseg in Hungary. And then also we've got Frank from Austria, who has sent this through a couple of days ago. Again, quite deep snow cover in Austria. This is heading our way. We've got, this is the start of those very cold temperatures and snow pushing into northern and eastern and central parts of Europe. It's around Germany now, I think, the coldest of the air. It will continue to sweep across the rest of Europe over weekend, and it will arrive in the UK by Monday. So I thought I'd start off those pictures because that essentially is what we've got coming to us in the days ahead. It's already in across many northern, eastern, central parts of Europe. Thanks for sending those pictures through. And remember, if you have got any weather pictures, you can always email them to us at gazweathers@gmail.com. We're happy to feature them in the videos when we get the chance. Right, so we start with the radar picture then. This is the latest radar image from the weatheroutlook.com. Remember, you can find a link to Weather Outlook and weathercentral.de on the links page. We won't dwell on this because there's not anything happening. It's a completely, universally, which is quite unusual for the UK, Universally dry day from top to tail across the country, so we won't dwell on that any further. This is today's Arctic pressure chart, and it's the high pressure over Scandinavia, this ridge just here at 1040 millibars, that is going to be bringing us this bitterly cold and potentially snowy weather. Already we've got the wind in from the east, but it's not bringing particularly cold air to us yet. That the coldest of the air is actually over in the east and the northeast of Europe. There it is, with the upper air temperature showing the deep and severe cold that has, as I say, pushed into particularly eastern parts of Germany. It hasn't yet quite got to western Germany, but it will do so by the end of today. So the rest of today we're going to have easterly winds continuing. They are quite brisk and they do add a chill to the air already. But we're also bringing in lots of sunny spells. Actually, it's a really nice day today, and you wouldn't know that in a couple of days' time we're going to be plunged into quite a severe spell of weather. But the rest of today we're going to have plenty of sunny spells, and maybe a wintry shower down the east coast, but I think you'll be unlucky to get one of those, and the bulk of the country will be dry with good sunny spells. It's cold. Temperatures today are going to range from around 3 to 6 degrees. It'll feel a little bit colder than that in those east to southeasterly winds. Overnight tonight, the high pressure is continuing to intensify over Scandinavia. This continues to bring the winds in from the east, so we're going to have a cold night. It's going to be clear spells and maybe a few snow flows around the eastern coast, but the bulk of the country will be dry again tonight. Main thing is going to turn frosty again very quickly this evening, so a widespread and hard frost, penetrating frost with that easterly breeze down in the south. Temperatures going to around -2 to -5 degrees tonight. And then we move through into Sunday. You notice the orientation of the ridge is becoming perfectly aligned to start to bring in those easterly winds. There's the upper air temperatures on Sunday with bitterly cold air just over the other side of the North Sea and beginning to head our way. So Sunday is going to be very similar to Saturday, to today. In many ways, there's going to be a lot of dry weather with plenty of sunny spells. Perhaps as those easy winds start to freshen in the south, we'll begin to blow a little bit more cloud through from the North Sea. But I think overall, plenty of sunshine coming again tomorrow. There will be snow flurries down the east coast, and they may start to turn into proper snow showers, actually, by Sunday evening on the east coast. Temperatures will be even colder than today in the east as those easy winds freshen up. It'll feel bitter, and temperatures on the east coast probably no better, around 2 or 3 degrees. Out in the west, probably seeing temperatures still holding up at around 4, 5 or 6 degrees. And then we go into Monday, and I haven't got Monday's chart up, so I'm just going to get that up for you. That's the chart for Monday, and we are unleashing the beast from the east on Monday. The high pressure is up to 1050 millibars over Scandinavia. It's perfectly aligned now to be bringing in these strong and bitterly cold easterly winds. If we have a look at the upper air temperatures for Monday, there they are with the blue -10 isotherm and lower upper air temperatures flooding across the country. So we're going to have a band of snow showers potentially pushing across the country overnight, Sunday into Monday. That could give many of us our first dustings of snow on Monday morning. Then central and western parts of the country will probably have a reasonable amount of dry weather on Monday, but in the east we'll have snow showers moving in off the North Sea. They may become heavy through the course of the day, and later on towards Monday evening, Monday night, they may start to push further inland. We could begin to set up a few snow streamers as well. That's where we get lines of snow showers producing one after another, after another, after another snow shower, and you get quite a dumping of snow when that happens. And they tend to line up sort of around coasts and also through channels. So you could get a streamer setting up through the Wash, for example, going down into the East Midlands. Maybe a snow streamer setting up through the Thames estuary, possibly even through the English Channel as well, and that could give significant accumulations of snow to some places by the end of Monday afternoon and into Monday evening. Always most likely in the east. It'll be a bitterly cold day on Monday with temperatures no better than around freezing perhaps in the east to maybe +2 or +3 in the west. Then we get through into Tuesday and we are firmly locked into a prolonged spell of very cold weather, bitterly cold, easy winds flooding across the country. There may be a more persistent area of snow developing. Remember, we'll cover all this more in Snow Watch, but there may be a more persistent area of snow on Monday night into Tuesday morning through parts of northern England and down to the Midlands. That likely to push further westwards through the course of the morning, probably fizzle out. And then we're just looking at snow showers being pushed in on those brisk and quite strong easty winds. Again, snow streamers can't be ruled out in the east, and we could get significant accumulations of snow. As these are snow showers, not everywhere will get snow, so some places will miss some and stay dry. And I suppose that's always most likely the further west you happen to go, particularly the further northwest, parts of western Scotland and Northern Ireland too. It'll be a bitterly cold day on Tuesday with temperatures ranging from around -1 to +3 degrees Celsius. It turns even colder as we go through to Wednesday. Just look at the upper air temperatures on Wednesday, bringing the -15 Celsius isotherm in across many parts of the country. So Wednesday is likely to be sub-zero across many parts of the country, with temperatures staying around -1, -2 for many of us through much of the day. It's a strong easterly wind that we have as well. That will add a significant wind chill factor, and there'll be further periods of snow. And I say periods of snow because we might see these showers merging into longer spells of snow. And again, that could happen anywhere, but I think it's always most likely towards the eastern side of the country and maybe in the northeast as well. The west always tending to get shelter from those easterly winds and therefore tending to have the driest of the weather. But even then, you don't rule out the chance of some of these snow showers moving through during the course of the day. As I say, a very cold day. Temperatures after severe night frost. I haven't spoken about that, but the nights will be turning very cold with severe frost, penetrating frost too. So, for example, on Wednesday morning, we may have minimum temperatures down to -8 for some parts of the country. And by day, during Wednesday afternoon, probably no better, but around -1 or -2 for many of us with those temperatures. The peak of the cold temperatures could well be on Thursday, when we have those bitterly cold easterly winds maintained across the country once again. So I think after a severe frost, possibly seeing temperatures going down to -10 on Wednesday night, we find that Thursday is again a very, very cold day with temperatures hovering around or below freezing, maybe no better than -2 or -3 degrees across some parts of the country. And again, there'll be snow, particularly for northern and northeastern parts of the country on Thursday. Down in the south, actually, it could be quite dry for much of the day, but then this low pressure around Biscay may start to threaten more general snow to some southern, southwestern parts of the country through the Channel through the course of Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. And then we get to the end of the week and we've got a divergence taking place as we get to Friday. We're trying to bring low pressure up from the south. How quickly that low pressure moves up from the south is very uncertain, but potentially it could bring heavy snow and maybe blizzard conditions to parts of central and southern England and Wales. This could be the worst of the snow for the south at the end of the week. Although, if that weather system gets far enough north, we might see some of the snow turning back to rain across southern areas. This is south of the M4 probably through the course of Friday afternoon and into Friday evening. Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England misses that. It doesn't get that far north on Friday, and you're just into that bitterly cold run of easy winds continuing to bring snow showers through. However, that's the GFS. This is the ECMWF for Friday, and it's further south with this low pressure. So if this is right, we would restrict most of the snow and maybe blizzard conditions generally to the south of the M4, and most parts of the country therefore would just have that bitterly cold easy wind continuing, and we will continue to see more snow showers, particularly in eastern areas. Temperatures on Friday, if the low pressure gets far enough north, we might see the temperature rising to around 3 or 4 degrees down on the south coast, and that will turn the snow back to rain and you get a fall. further north from the Midlands northwards, probably staying close to freezing with those temperatures. However, if the ECM is right, this low pressure is further south on Friday, then even in the far south, you're not going to get the milder or the less cold temperatures. So therefore, most parts of the country will probably have another ice day on Friday. And then into the weekend, the uncertainty sort of continues. Do we start to push that band of snow further north and introduce less cold air to the south with a thaw of lying snow and also the risk of some rain for southern parts of the country during the course of the weekend? Or is the ECM right? If it is, then we actually stay locked pretty much into the freezer throughout the weekend. That's Sunday's upper air temperatures with the ECM, and it's staying very cold on that model up to then. So from Friday through to next weekend, there is a lot of uncertainty, but up to then, we really are in for a very cold spell of weather. Finally, just show you the charts from the Weather Outlook so you can see the weather in your area in the coming days. Remember, this is subject to change. So a lot of dry weather today with decent sunny spells. We go through to Sunday, again, a lot of dry weather, but some snow flurries will come onto the east coast. It'll be a colder day in the east as well. Then we have snow showers moving in from the east during the course of Monday and what will be a bitterly cold day. More snow showers across many parts of the country on Tuesday. We could set up snow streamers in places which will produce prolonged periods of snow and significant and disruptive accumulations. Snow almost anywhere on Wednesday, and look at that, an ice day is being predicted for many parts of the country. You would say that's quite a severely cold day on Wednesday, and that continues into Thursday as well. Again, lots of snow showers, possibly longer spells of snow in places, and particularly turning very snowy down in the south, on the south coast by the end of the day. And then we go through to Friday, where we've got that snow pushing northwards, bringing significant accumulations and possibly blizzard conditions to some parts of the country. Although notice we have got rain symbols beginning to start to appear down across the south of Wales and the southwest of England. That's just as slightly less cold air starts to move up from the south, but for most parts of the country it remains cold and very snowy on Friday. And then where we go beyond that is highly uncertain. So this has been one of the most extreme weekend forecasts we've ever issued at GastroViz, and in summary, it's going to be a very cold week. It's going to get colder and colder as the week progresses with the wind coming from the east. We're going to be bringing the air in from Siberia. There will be a growing threat of heavy snow as we go through the week. Initially snow showers in the east, but they'll get more widespread, possibly merging into longer spells of snow as the week progresses. And then at the end of the week, will we get that blizzard followed by slightly less cold air and a thaw beginning to move up from the south? Or will most of that miss us and stay across France and keep us locked into just very cold easterly winds and more snow showers? That is to be determined, and we'll be keeping you updated on that through the week at Gav's Weather Vids. And just to reiterate, if you are at all concerned about the weather, if you've got to travel, got travel plans, or if you're just generally concerned about the weather, please do check out the severe weather warnings from the UK Met Office. They'll be updated every day, maybe several times a day in the week ahead. So that is always a place to go if you're at all concerned about your safety and you need to travel. But it is going to be a notable spell of cold weather, and we'll just see how it plays out as the week progresses. But it does look like it's going to be a really hard week of weather indeed. Right, that's it. So we'll do Snow Watch this evening, try to bring you a little bit more detail on what's going to happen with the snow in the week ahead. But at nearly 19 minutes, it's been an extended one, but a lot to talk about, I'm sure you'll agree. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.